Okay, we're going to try this one more time. If they dump us out again, I'm just going to stay going, but we're going to try again. Okay, let's just keep waiting up. There's a couple have come in. Yay. Hi, hi, hi. Julie's here. Chris is here. Carl? No. Chris. Hi, Kevin. Yeah, I'm trying to make it back. Let's see how it works. And Carl's back. I was just saying when we came in, this is getting crazy. I really don't like the way they dump us out like this. If they dump us again, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and stay going. That's right, Eli. But after the third time, I got to go start broth. So we'll chat until they throw us off next time, and then we'll just do that we can. Let's see, Kevin says, stand on one leg and do circles while texting us. Okay. That's funny. Leanna, welcome back. Nona Grace, I'm glad you're here. I don't know, Nona Grace. At first, they were letting us go an hour before we would start get it dumped, and then today they dumped us at about 35 minutes, and then again at an hour and 10 minutes. So who knows? Put chicken in with bones. Yes, dear. I've been known to make bone broth with the whole chicken. I've also been known to cook the chicken in my rotisserie, and then after we ate it, I would take the bones and put them in a bag. And when I had two or three carcasses, I would make the broth that way. So it goes both ways. What's cooking today? I'm making chicken bone broth. I was given 45 pounds of chicken thighs last Friday, and I've been making bone broth since. I have about 14 more bags, and each bag has 6 to 8 pieces in it. I've been using my Instant Pot, and that makes about 3 quarts at a time. So this time I'm just going to put my great big, um, I have a big stew pot, it holds like 18 quarts or more, and I'm just going to put it in there and go to town. They make, Kevin, I don't know. I know they do it on mine a lot. Nona Grace, I thought you did lives. Amy, I would not mix them. I mean, you're certainly free to, but I don't like the combination of pork and chicken together. I don't like the way the flavor is. So that's just me personally. So besides the chicken carcasses, I put onions, carrots, garlic, um, something else. I've forgotten now what it is. Onions, carrots, garlic. I can't think what the third thing is. Anyway, vegetables like that, and then I add some. Oh, leeks is another thing I sometimes put in it. Then I add herbs, lots of herbs. Celery. Thank you, Michelle. That's the other one. Celery. So, wow, everybody knows what I'm talking about, even when my brain doesn't work. That's great. And yeah, I bought 2 stalks of celery because I put 3 to 4 big stalks chopped up in the water. Loves chicken stock. Yes, I do too, Grandpa. Um, I prefer making my pasta and my rice with chicken stock, Carl. I do both. And I usually use, if I'm going to do rice, I usually use the jasmine rice because I think it tastes better. I really do. Although it is a long grain rice, not a short grain rice. But so far, I haven't found too many dishes that care for the short grain. Celery, carrots, and onions, known as the Holy Trinity. Yes, yes. But a garlic lover, and there's just not a whole lot I cook that doesn't have garlic in it. So, uh-oh, I can't run out. I'm in problems if I run out, Julie. It's not a good thing for me to be without my chicken broth. You prefer basmati? Why? What do you like about basmati? I've never tried basmati. Leanna, I didn't either. And I started doing Sundays at this time because some friends of mine got together and they were going to do back to back live streams all day on Sunday. And one person would say, mine's about to finish, go to this one. That one would be for an hour and go to the next one. And they'd pass it all down. So that's how I got this slot. But for years, people told me I should do a live stream. And I'd say, but I don't have anything anybody wants to hear. So I wouldn't do it. But it's it's been a lot of fun. I've made a lot of wonderful friends. How long do I cook my food? Amy, it depends on how I'm making it. If I make it in my Instant Pot, it's an automatic setting. And from cutting up the vegetables to pouring it in the bottles to be canned is 3 hours. If I'm going to do it at home or old fashioned way in the big stew pot, I cook them on medium to low just so that it does a simmer for about 18 to 20 hours. It's a long time, but it certainly makes good bone broth. Uh, Basmati's the best rice. Long grain, doesn't clump, low starch. Okay. Well, my jasmine is long grain, and it doesn't. I've never had a problem with it clumping, but I do rinse my rice, um, and I don't boil it like most people do. I put it in the pan when the water's boiling. I put it in the pan. I let it cook like that for about 2 minutes. I put a tight fitting lid on and turn the heat off and let it stand for probably 35, 40 minutes, and it's done. And it's not clumpy and it's not sticky. So, yeah, Michelle, low starch is good. And I rinse my rice, and I also rinse my potatoes. And I save the potato water and let it settle because the potato starch falls to the bottom of the jar or the whatever it's in. And then I pour off the water and dehydrate the starch, and then I have potato starch to use like most people use cornstarch. Sometimes a thickener like that is really good. Hi, Tracy. It's good to see you back again. Tracy, I don't remember exactly where you are from. Would you please tell me? I want to say you're from Scotland, but I'm not certain. Um, yeah, Amy. Oh, my mind just suddenly went totally blank. Carl is right. You do need time to release the collagen from the bones, but there is a secret to doing that as well. One that I really like. I put a tablespoon of either fresh squeezed lemon juice or apple cider vinegar into the water when I'm making it. Where am I located? I'm in South Texas, Belgium. Thank you. I knew you were not. I knew you were not in the U.S., Tracy, but I could not remember to save me exactly where you were from. Um, what we're planning on doing, I hope soon. Smith Family Ranch, hello, it's good to see you, and Celtic Bear too. Guys, we're making a list of those who come because we're going to get a big map and put pins on it for everybody that comes to our shows. So please, I need your first name and the state or country you're in. Okay, sorry. Carl, yes, I am a Lone Star girl. I was born in Texas. Aside from about 3 years, I've spent my whole life in Texas. I spent 18 months up in Nebraska and 18 months in Florida. Hello, Howie. It's so good to see you. And I'm so glad you got your channel back. Jeff and Darcy. That's right. Okay, that's got us. Good, good, good. Amy, I have made apple cider vinegar in the past, um, but I'm having trouble right now. We're not exactly sure why, but lately, every time I've tried to ferment something, I've had mold grow on it. I've tried going to different rooms in the house. I've tried all kinds of things. Let's see, that's the Republic of Texas. Not yet, but it may be. We got people talking about seceding from the Union, so you never know. Anyway, I really, really would like to get back to making it. It's very easy to do if you can ferment without having black mold grow on it. So once we figure out what that is, then we'll be able to start making it again. We don't know why, Leanna. It's just all of a sudden it started. Brewer's airlock. Is that thing that S-shaped glass thing that lets the bad stuff out and keeps the good stuff in? Well, Amy, it's pretty easy to tell if you're growing the bad stuff. As you grow it in a glass jar, and that black stuff on the top is very easy to see. If it's white, it's not a problem. Michelle, apparently heat is not the problem. Our house stays between 72 and 78, so I don't think so. I will try that. I've got to find someplace to get brewer's supplies, but I will try that. Thank you. I got a stack of those little um, silicone things that fit on the top, and they have a little nipple with an X in it so the bad air can go out, but supposedly it doesn't let the good air in. So who knows? Um, Having lived in Alaska for about 8 years, they joke about Texas. They say if Alaska split in two, Texas would be the third largest state. Well, I'll tell you what, um, Carl, we have a joke here in Texas about Alaska, and that is if you melted all the ice in Alaska, you'd have a state the size of Rhode Island. So everybody has jokes. What can I say? Links you've been reading Eating on the Wild Side. Uh huh. A pickle pipe. I'm so glad you made it, Gilbert. I hope you got some good rest. I understand how that goes. Gilbert, where are you from? I know we've talked about it, but it just won't come to my memory right now. I just mean what state? uh, every state has jokes about every other state. I think it's crazy. Dawson, Pennsylvania. I remembered it was Pennsylvania, but I couldn't remember where. Okay. The pickle pipes work for some people, but an airlock is better. Well, I don't know what a pickle pipe is. Is that what they call those little things I've got? And I have wonderful glass weights that hold everything down. And before that, I would save my cabbage leaves and I put them in, and I have three large rocks that I found in my front yard. And I brought in and I scrubbed the dickens out of them and soaked them for about a month. And I would use that. So, okay. So that is what I use, the little ones. I never did that with my pickles. I just stuck them in jars. Let's see. Food coma. You must have had a wonderful lunch. I haven't eaten yet. Apple cider vinegar. She's trying to make 2 jars. I think one of them is actually forming. Is that like forming a mother's length? I've not heard that word before. Considering pickle pipes, I need to add to my collection. Well, Dave, when I first started getting into fermenting, bought me a wonderful kit. It had the little pickle pipes, I'm now told they're called. It had the glass weights to put it in it. It had this huge, tall metal thing, not metal, wooden thing that you stomp down on the whatever you're going to ferment to kind of get it underneath the water or underneath the brine. And that were two big bowls of rigatoni with tons of, oh, that sounds wonderful, Gilbert. That sounds wonderful. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, I have them all. I wanted to make sauerkraut. I wanted to make some more apple cider vinegar. Wanted to make some pickles, all kinds of things like that. David's channel is going to be, it is called, in quotations, Bird Listener. And he is going to have his first video. Well, his first video is there, but he's going to have his first live show at 7 o'clock Central Time on this coming Tuesday night. So if any of you would like to come by, I know he would love to see you. Eli, you suck at fermentation? Yeah, I do too so far. Thanks, Gilbert. Egg salad sandwiches today made with my fresh duck eggs. You know, I am so upset, Carl. I used to have a wonderful source for duck and chicken eggs, and they decided to go vegan. So now I don't have duck or chicken eggs. Now I miss them. Yeah, I gotta find a place again. I was buying them for $3 a dozen for chicken and $5 a dozen for egg, and that was not bad. So I would love to find duck eggs again. I can live without chicken eggs if I have to, but I really love my duck eggs. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. Okay, Amy, try posting it again. Duck eggs are the bomb for anything, Eli. I love them. There we go. It worked. See, you just have to have the right color and wrench. Now, Amy, you can be my moderator too. Yes, we can have chickens and ducks and just about anything. We live out in the country. The problem is, with everything else I have to do, I just don't have time to take care of them. And that's a problem. $1.29 for a dozen large eggs in Dawson. Oh, I am jealous. I am jealous. That's a wonderful price. Yeah, I would. My brother, who lives on the property with us, he lives at the front of the property. Um, he had chickens this year. He started off with six, and they were chicks, and he's starting slowly to. He started off building his flock, and then we had a big owl move into the neighborhood, and he's down to one chicken. She's a beautiful Rhode Island Red. She's as sweet as can be. She's smart, and she's really friendly. So I hope the owl doesn't get her. We're talking about this coming spring, building a large run for right between our properties, and have the chickens and maybe even ducks out there, but have it covered with a shade cloth or something to keep the owl from getting them. Hello, Allotment Life. How are you? Welcome. It's good to see you. Allotment Life, would you please um, give me your first name and where you're from? Eli, I am so blessed. I have great moderators, and so far, knock on wood, we have not had a real problem with trolls. I had a troll one time, but that's it. So I'm hoping that that stays. I hate trolls. I hate their stupidity. I hate their viciousness. I hate trolls. Period. That's why when I'm moderating, I tell the people I'm moderating for, I have zero patience with any trolls or people who come in with inappropriate names or inappropriate comments. I will remove comments and send trolls away quickly. Anathoth Community Farms. Oh, okay. Thank you. Bruian. Sorry about the awkward silence there, folks. Amy, thank you. Actually, I'm not, Carl, I'm not so much lucky as I have wonderful moderators. I went to moderating school. I did, when I say I went to moderating school, um, my first channel to moderate for was called Daddy Curb's Farm. He's still on every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock Central. We put a school or a training together for people who wanted to be moderators. And we have passed that around to a lot of different people who want their moderators to be trained the same way we are. Um, we call it a school, and yes, we do train others who want to be moderators. Um, those of us who have gone through that training get offers to please come and moderate for them often, to the point where we have to turn people down because we just get too many. But it tells how to do all of the things you moderate. And it tells how to work as a team and how to um, decide who gets to do what. We have all kinds of people. We have greeters. On Daddy Curbs, I'm a greeter. I love talking to people and greeting them and telling them welcome and that sort of thing. So we have greeters. We have people who are in charge of dropping links. That's all they do through the whole thing is drop links. And usually, well, for each place I moderate for, I have a long list of links and I keep them all in a file on my computer. Hello, Stellinia. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. By the way, Stellinia, we're doing a list of those who come and visit us. I need your first name and where you're from, please, if you will give it to us. Um, Actually, of course, it's not really complicated. It just helps organize people and it helps people to understand how to work together to make sure it's a good, um, well attended, and well cared for channel. So, anyway, I don't need to go into forever and ever wanderings about that. Let's see. Lynn Leah's ministry pulled me in without any experience as a moderator. Actually, I have done a lot of different channels where I had very little experience, but those folks, you learn from their channels. Amy, you take care. Thank you for coming. It was wonderful to see you, and I'll see you again. Bye, love. Um, Celtic, you would like to get moderate information or moderator information? Lisa Hensley, glad to see you. From Arizona. Okay. I love this. I'm running out of room. Oh, yeah. You will hear parrot sounds in the background on our channels all the time. We have 3 large macaws. We rescued all 3 of them and we absolutely love them. But if you know anything about macaws, you know that when they want to make noise, there's not anything you can do to keep them quiet. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Um, our parrots sometimes are just as quiet as they can be, and other times what you heard just goes on constantly. When you get all 3 of them going off like that at once, over and over and over, it really makes your ears ring. It gets quite loud, and they're crazy. Um, to let you know, Dave, my husband who was on with me earlier, has started a new channel of his own, Amy was posting the links earlier. Um, it's called Bird Listener. He's going to, he's got a short video on there, and he's going to start having live broadcasts on Tuesday evening at 7, so that anyone who's interested in big birds or caring for them or whatever, you can hear from him there. Hello, 320 Homestead. It's good to see you. Can you give us your name, your first name, and um, where you're from? We're trying to get the information together so that we can make a big world map and put everybody's name on, or location, a little tag for everyone. So Casey from Texas. Thank you, Casey. I lost you again. Where did I write you? There you are. Okay. Mac is looking. Hello. It's good to see you too. In Eden, Texas. Very good. Mac, would you please give us your first name and your location, meaning the state or country that you're from? We're getting a big map, and we're going to put a pin on the map or a flag on the map for everybody. Thank you, Celtic. I appreciate that. Let me see where there you are. Let's see. Is not that Charlie Squawks? He joins in on any conversation. I don't understand what you're talking about a lot, McKnight. Anna? Where did we go? I lost you again. My page is getting, I've written things everywhere and I keep losing where I've written you down. I'm sorry. There you go. And it's Kimberly from Anna, Texas. There we go. Ah, goodness. Eli, her name is Casey, Kaci. Charlie has good vocabulary. My birds, they can say a few things, but whatever they do say, they say loud. All three of them say peekaboo constantly. The two older ones, the two blue and golds, will talk like a pirate. When you say talk like a pirate, they'll go arg. And Dandy is starting to now say arg as well. Dandy says a lot of things here and there, but not regularly and not repetitively. So I think he's just imitating me. I don't think he really knows what he's saying. But they do, when they're left alone and they're just sitting quietly, you can hear them talking to each other, and they sometimes do say things. So it's funny what they say, arg. Actually, many years ago, David went to a pirate party, and he and his ex-wife took birds on their shoulders, went to the party. And the biggest thing that people would say during the whole party was they come up and say, "Is that a real parrot?" No. This parrot was, each of them were moving around and talking and all the things they do, but people still wanted to know if they were real parrots. So, oh well. No, we don't even say bad words around our parrots, so they don't say anything. You have a small what, Michelle, that wolf whistles? When I was a kid, I raised parakeets. And I had one parakeet that I'd had from the time I was 7 until I was 19. Her name was Bimbo. And Bimbo had a huge vocabulary. And she was a very smart bird. And she would sit on my shoulder whenever I did anything, whether I was inside or out. She was always with me. And she talked constantly and had a just amazing vocabulary. And she sang. Let's see. Charlie has never had chest feathers since we bought him. Nickname for him is Oven Ready. Oh my goodness. That's funny. That's funny. I'm sorry. Gandy does not have any feathers on his side under his wing. And he's plucking a lot of his chest feathers too, so he may be oven ready pretty soon too. Oh yeah, we don't swear around our birds at all because they do pick things up very unfortunate sometimes. Dave was telling everybody earlier he used to have an African gray whose name was Augustus. Unfortunately, he lost Augustus in a battle for a divorce, but Augustus would pick up anything you said, and he always said it in David's voice, which frustrated his former wife badly because she got Augustus. But it didn't last, and she eventually gave Augustus to his daughter, and his daughter kept him for a while. They had to surrender him too. We wanted to go get him, but just there was no way we could go get him at that time, so he went to a new forever home. And we're glad, but we still would like to have had Augustus. Oh, let's see. Tennessee 10, KC 7. That must be the football game that's going on. Take care, Allotment Life. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, we are glad you came by. Thanks so much. Well, guys, it's 2:45 my time, and I have to be at another live stream at 3 o'clock. Thank you, Howie. You take care. I'm so glad you would come by. When are you going to start doing live streams again so I can come to them? You guys have a wonderful week. Thank you for coming by. Maybe we'll find that map this week. I don't know. We'll try. Take care. Bye.